Hey everybody, I'm Bobo the Vulture. This is Let's Play Sega Genesis Flashback bonus games. And we just got done with the somewhat quick experience of Curling 2010. So up next on the list is one of the more amusingly titled ones, Fight or Lose. Again, sweet music. Whoa. I feel like two different people all of a sudden are composing this theme music and they're not really consulting with each other. This is not fight or lose, this is fight or lose. So we are actually facing the very real possibility of not winning. Wow. I feel like a group of people just decided, like, hey, how many different sounds can we make the Genesis play at once? Alright, instructions. On this game, the player controls one horse and needs to capture all the pawns. The movement and capture follow the chess rules. The horse moves 2 squares on one direction and 1 square on the other. The allowed directions are vertical and horizontal. To capture, the horse only needs to fall over the same square occupied by a pawn. Every time the horse moves, the pawns displace forward. If only one pawn managed to reach the end of the board, the player loses the match. If he gets all the pawns, receive 1 point and goes to the next level. Yes, it's chess butchery. But you know what's really being butchered here? My ears. Actually, this part's really nice. I'm okay with this. Okay, now my ears are being butchered. Let's play. Man, look at this. I can play the synth with my entire arm. Yeah, I thought it was going to be a fighting game too when I initially threw it up, but it's a chess game. Wait, we won. I thought our options were to fight or lose. Nobody told me that winning was an option. Alright. We don't want to have to repeat any of this, so let's press let's save and press a button to continue. Sounds like an off-brand version of the Transformers scene transition, where they would go da-na-na-na-na-na. Instead, it's going da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Yeah, you guys understand. Or you don't. There are options, like the option to fight or the option to lose. Oh no! Oh, nice little bass riff. It's like Seinfeld just lost this game. Now, let's try and figure this out again. What's the deal with losing game? Hang on. Oh no! I still lose. There it goes. Jerry, I got an idea of how to play this game. Great, you should probably tell me, because I don't seem to be able to very well. Oh, I'm gonna lose again. So that's no good. So close. Try to play some chess, you lose the game. Doo. Boy, sure is great that I'm struggling this much at what Grimith just termed baby's first night. There we go. That's a little more like it. I'm not saying I have any acumen as a chess player. I do know how knights move, but I don't necessarily know how to integrate that well into a larger cohesive strategy, or if I just end up playing reactionarily. Oh boy, OBS seems to be blinking off and on a lot, guys. I hope that you're able to comprehend. Yeah, so let's go ahead and, I guess we're gonna just keep trying these sweet chess moves. I don't want to get cocky, but it almost seems like I'm beginning to note the patterns that they are doing with this game. Either the move sound or the capture sound sounds like a whoopee cushion. No, you're right. I will grant you that. Considering pretty much every move you are capturing a piece, it's kind of hard to tell. Oh, excuse me. That was my horse. Prioritize the lower pawns. Yeah, I'm seeing. I'm beginning to play chess, whereas I was unable to play checkers. Did we not do this exact pattern before? Maybe not. Maybe. I'm not powering off. Quit being all up on my business. This one's fun. I got a score of 10. Considering score goes into triple digits, I wonder how many of these there actually are. Am I going to have to think up of topics of conversation? I mean, generally speaking, the points don't matter, Shaman. Absolutely, you're right. I mean, what matters is whether or not you fought or lost. I think we gotta be getting close. This may turn out to be the one where, like, they realized how easy it is to just program stages in, and made 100 stages. Wouldn't be the end of the world. I might have to split it up into multiple videos. Jerry! You didn't win! Alright, let's load the slot there. Let's go back to when we were fighting and not when we were losing. Nope. Thought I'd try something different there, didn't really work out. They'll give us a round where we make a move where we don't capture a piece as part of the solution. Yeah, like let one by. Now this move right here. Where do we go? Do we try and get this guy? Do we try and get this guy? There we go. Worked it out in the end. Bobo is a genius. This may not be the area in which his genius shines, but Bobo's a genius. Yeah, sometimes you get one that just seems like it's a little break after a real mind teaser. That seems very similar to one that I puzzled over a lot in the past, so either I'm getting better at the game, or it's literally just repeating puzzles. Oh, it's a mirrored version of an earlier puzzle. That could be. A lot of the patterns nearing the end do kind of mimic themselves. I'll give you guys all the credit in the world on all of these observations. Yeah, generally speaking, if it's one that involves a long row of pieces, then you end up doing that same or very similar motion over and over a couple of times. Oh my, this one kind of forces your hand very early on, doesn't it? This one just hops you right into the action. Like pretty much do this move or lose. So that move was clearly to fight. Oh my. Well, this isn't going to end well. This horse mole is taking care of all these desk lamps good and proper. Yeah, I'd say so. This one is going to cause all kinds of consternation, isn't it? Let's take this move back. Wasn't quite enough. There we are. There are only so many different combinations that you can do until you win. This really is. I'm actually really coming around on the title Fight or Lose. Because it really is, there's, at least if you're playing it in the context of having these save states, which of course it seems like in the original game you wouldn't. But pretty much, as long as you're willing to keep loading and loading and loading and fight and fight and fight, eventually you're gonna be able to figure it out. The only way to lose is just if you don't, if you don't do it. You're not winning, but you're still fighting. And that means something. It means something to this town. This town of Boboburg. The only losing move is not to play. Yeah, it's the opposite of global thermonuclear war. Motivation by Bobo Bonusu. It's Bonusu the Vulture. Well, this is just a delight now. I really found my calling in this, in this moving a knight around game. You know what? I'm beginning to think that maybe the rest of y'all better watch out. If I ever get a, if I ever play any of you in chess and yeah. You guys better look out if I ever play you in chess and you only have pawns and I only have knights. Popo coming for you, computer. Let's load that slot. If you play in chess or cheating, moving all of your pawns forward at the same time. Wait, that's what I just did. I'm learning and evolving, you guys. These are the kinds of things that theoretically you're supposed to be able to just figure out by just looking at the pieces and realizing that's what you're going to have to do. I take the different tact of cheating, but I say both strategies are valid. Now we got it. This particular puzzle does not seem especially exciting. What's this? Your Bobo is evolving. Did you feed it a thunderstone? Do 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 do. I wonder whether or not that whoopee cushion sound that it makes whenever you move and take a piece is supposed to be like evocative of a horse snorting. Learning from my mistakes sooner and sooner after I make them. That's where it's at. Next time I'm in a big job interview, that's what I'm gonna have to tell them. Like, what are your greatest strengths? Being like, immediately realizing when I've made a huge mistake. I am getting deja vu. 4 times, 5 times? Like, this is literally the same board being repeated now. I make sure I'm saving and not accidentally loading over and over. Yeah, this is different. I think things are going well. How's things going for everybody else? It's I suppose it's probably sometime in February for YouTube, but as I'm streaming this, it's still early January. It's in the middle of the I believe they were calling it Bombogenesis. That's how we watched Bobo beat 100 horse bull maps. How the hell are there 30 plus levels of this? There just are. Hey, I'm trying to just you know, break this down, just sort of have a nice chat with you guys. There's not that many legal moves. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of legal moves that will help you. There are plenty of legal moves that I could do that are wrong. Like here, I could go up here. Then I could go over here, and then I could go up here. And if you want to, you can just make the horse dick around. It's not very advisable. Let's make sure that we load. You're L-shaped. You're L-shaped, Grimith. Oh no, I lost. This is what happens when I start getting riled. Lose sight of all my strategies. That's right, I lose. That's alright, because I can lose, but if I keep fighting, it's alright. It's fight or lose every moment in your life. You're either fighting or you're losing. So, keep up the fight. But you're losing is time right now. Well, I mean, I was going to start saying something nice about how things are going and maybe just sort of have a chat with my people here, but that was right at the time that people decided that it was about time to flip the table on old fight or lose as a game. Might as well be 100 levels of character creation. Well, people enjoy that. I mean, some people. I'm working off of the philosophy that people enjoy these as things to sit back and chill out and watch, or not even watch, but just sort of listening to, sort of have in another window as part of their overall soundscape or whatever. People like the sound of my voice. So I gotta remember that maybe if it's not the most visually interesting thing, that's totally alright. By the way, Bobo's soundscape also includes a lot of weird beeping and occasionally like 16-bit horse snort or farty noises. This is blast processing. I mean, you see how quickly the horse moves? It's like there's barely even an animation. It just flips. This horse is the height of 16-bit game engineering. I mean, this is on a Genesis, and that's only because Genesis does what Nintendo don't. Nintendo could not possibly handle this horse moving around, taking pawns over and over and over. SNES not known for its horse farts. You know, that's true. I was actually considering maybe sometime in the near future speaking of good sound design, not necessarily of horse farts and that sort of thing, breaking out F-Zero, because theoretically I could play that on my little SNES Classic. It's been a game that I haven't checked out in ages, but is a classic. Lethal just nodded profusely. Oh yeah, well, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to sit through Fight or Lose first. Played that on stream a fair while ago. Oh man. It's good. I haven't played it in so long that I would basically have to rememorize all of the tracks. So that might be a thing. I never owned it as a youth. I just rented it once or twice. Crashing into walls. Hey, if you crash into walls, you are going to damage the thing. See, I had to stop and think for a second there. There were a couple of different moves that I could take that would have still involved me capturing a piece the next move. It wouldn't have quite worked out in the long run. Aha. See, that instant recognition of huge mistakes. It's coming in handy. I've been tossing in the next level difficulty of don't capture a piece to achieve victory yet. No, I don't think that's ever going to happen. You were streaming back in 2013, Lethal? Who knew? I mean, I don't feel like I was involved in the streamiverse at that point. Although, hell, maybe I was and I've just lost all sense of time. On Twitch. Well, there you go. And guess what, folks? I've been fighting so much and losing so little that the system crashed again. Let's hit the reset button this time and see what happens. It's just a little white reset button with a little bunch of bumps on it. If you had an actual Model 1 Genesis back in the day, you'll sort of recognize that conceptually. Oh, you know what? That just brings up the menu, but the system has crashed, so the menu feature won't work. White. It was a white button, although the one that's on my Model 1 Genesis that's sitting here is sort of gray. I don't know if that is because of age or what. What on the white button? You know, while I'm at it, I'm going to take the cartridge of Incredible Crash Dummies out, because now I know that that works. Let's try another game. Don't Don't get your hopes up. I don't mean we're going to try another game. I want to test another one of my cartridges. Maybe you should go to South America. Yeah, you could go to South America and pick one up easy. Don't get excited. We're not trying another game. We're just trying one of my other cartridges to see if it actually can load and dump the ROM. And it can. You know what? Alright. You guys seem to be very disappointed with the amount of horse mole that we were doing. So we can go ahead and call that one a video. And maybe we'll have multiple parts to horse mole. I'll go ahead and say good night to YouTube in case that's what we decide to do. Maybe I should put it up to a poll. Let the assembled audience There we go. Here comes a poll. Don't ever say Bobo didn't give you some options. I want to play all the way through, because usually these will give you an ending. It will be very unsatisfying, but it will give you an end. And I feel like I have it within my talents and abilities to finish this game, whereas I did not really seem to have within my skill levels the ability to get Bubbles Master going. I can load the save state, Lethal. I absolutely can load the save state. I could keep going right now. Oh, and fight or lose. We get a 50-50 on the poll here. There is not only one save load for everything. There's in fact even multiple save states for each. Well, here, I'm going to go ahead and cut this off for YouTube.